Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, July the 29th in the year 2025, and welcome to another edition of Tuesdays with Tom. I should say welcome to 250. Well, what's 250? 250 shows we've done on Tuesdays with Tom. And we've been so fortunate is that for those 250 shows, we've been able to have the same team put together and the same team contributing. And I thank everybody who's been involved. And as they say in baseball, we're rounding third base and we're heading for home. So we're looking forward to it. 250. It's been great. I thank you. And I thank the audience. I thank you guys, Anthony and Antley and everybody that's in the chat. Okay, 250. Remember that. Yesterday, July 28th, was Buffalo Soldiers Day. Buffalo Soldiers Day is celebrated on July 28th to commemorate the formation of the first all-black regiments in the United States Army in 1866. These regiments, including the 9th and 10th Cavalry and the 24th and 25th Infantry, played a significant role in the westward expansion and various conflicts like the Indian Wars and the Spanish-American Wars. So in 1866, Congress authorized the creation of 6 all-black regiments, making a turning point in the integration of African Americans into the U.S. military. The term Buffalo Soldiers was given to these soldiers by the Native Americans due to their fighting prowess and the buffalo fur coats they wore in the winter. These soldiers were instrumental in, number one, protecting settlers and pioneers during westward expansion, escorting settlers, cattle herds, and railroad crews, mapping out vast areas of the Southwest, stringing up telephone lines, fighting in various conflicts, including the Spanish-American War and World War I. Annual Buffalo Soldiers Day is celebrated annually on July 28th to honor their bravery, their resilience, and their service to the nation. We are thankful for the Buffalo Soldiers. Let's see. Our G-List guest today is Shauna Adams. She is the founder of the Muse of Alabama Business Solutions and a certified AI consultant with over 25 years of experience as an international speaker and trainer. She specializes in demystifying artificial intelligence for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and community leaders. Shauna works with organizations to train teams, streamline workflows, and design custom AI automations that save time and boost productivity. So we look forward to having that conversation. Let's see. So our show today, of course, is brought to you by the Best Girl Consulting Firm. So let's hear from Best Girl.
Best Girl is a consulting firm that provides customized leadership, access and inclusion, public relations, communications, and organizational consulting services. Clients include Fortune 500 companies, utilities, higher education institutions, small businesses, and associations. Best Girl's team of consultants, led by Joyce Gilly-Gossam, Emily Hedrick, and Sean Jones, partners with business and education clients to promote organizational effectiveness, communication, motivation, and leadership, with always an impact on the bottom line. Best Girl's customized consulting services include strategic planning, corporate communication, executive coaching, fundraising, and economic development.
Best Girl continues to customize the solution that fits your needs. So let's go to our roundtable with Barbara Wallace Edwards. And today, Sean will join us on the roundtable. Michael Walker is, as the old folks say, down in his back today, and we wish him well and hope that he'll get better soon. So let's see. So let's go to Barbara Wallace Edwards, the roundtable, and to Sean Tia Jones, and begin our discussion there. Okay.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you all?
Doing well, thank you. How
Well,
are
thank
you
you.
today?
So let's see, Barbara, what you got for us?
Well, Tom, first I want to wish condolences and well wishes to Michael and hope that he's um, up and moving around pretty soon. But I do have something I want to share with you guys. People are talking about the cost of living increasing, and gas and utilities and food and everything else has the prices has gone up and continue to go up. There's a retiree, a 77-year-old woman from California. I think she's figured this thing out. She sold her home in California and decided to move to a residential perpetual cruise ship. She purchased this 10-year, 15-year journey on this cruise ship for a one-time fee of about $130,000 and a monthly fee of about $3,000. But she said when you add up all the costs of the house payment, the maintenance, the insurance, the gas, the food, all of those things, she says she's coming out cheaper living on a cruise ship. Plus, she has all this free entertainment. She's got the casino, nightly shows. Someone's doing all of her cleaning for her, doing the cooking. All she has to do is get up and go and enjoy herself. This cruise ship is going to go to 425 destinations and travel to 147 countries. I think she may have figured out something that we all may need to look into, because that sounds like a wonderful deal to me.
Sounds good to me too.
Absolutely.
How long? So she'll be on there for how long?
They have a 3.5 year perpetual cycle that they travel across the world, and they come in for a deck for, I think, for dock for maybe 30 days. The ship to be refurbished and everything. She's during that 30-day period, she's going to be visiting with family and friends, and then they come back and they'll start all over again and start touring again. So
Wow, that's amazing. I like cruising.
I do too. That
Yeah.
all-inclusive thing is really wonderful. You think you just pack your bags and go, and again, you don't have to worry about food. You got all these different options on cruise ship, and then you have
Yeah,
free
you do.
shows, and
They feed you well.
they feed you very well. There's gyms in there on the cruise. They have the saunas and salons and you name it. Everything you need, it's possibly
Okay.
there.
Well, she's
So
not worried about getting seasick, I see.
I see. She's that someone asked her, what about if you get sick? She say, hey, there's a doctor on board. I
Yeah,
don't
it
have to worry
is.
about that.
So where does it cruise?
It doesn't list all the specific places. I didn't go into detail, but it said 147 countries and
Wow.
425 destinations. So it did mention Japan was one of the places that it would cruise to. I think Mexico was another. Seems like it's traveling across the world. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's
something we may all want to investigate and look into.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my docket.
Absolutely.
Well, let me say this morning that Sean is joining us on the round table this morning, sitting in Michael's seat. Michael is, as I said earlier, as the old folks say, he's down in his back. He actually has a pinched nerve in his back, and if you've ever had that, you know how painful it is.
Yes.
So I bragged on us this morning when I said we've done 250 shows, and we've done 250 shows because we have a great team. And Michael is a part of that great team.
Absolutely.
And he's
It's
as
hard
busy
to-
as he is, he always finds a way to be with us. And we just wish him well. And I'll probably
Yes.
give him a call after the show and see how he's doing. But I think he said in his email to me that he was visiting the doctor again
Oh,
today.
wow. Okay. This is hard.
Wish him well. Yeah,
That's no fun.
At all.
That's really, really painful.
Well, Thomas, I believe it's been 250 shows. The time has flown by.
Well, we couldn't have done 250 shows without you guys' dedication and commitment to it. And it's great that we have such a great team that's willing to do what you guys do. So we appreciate it.
Well, we thank you for your vision for getting it started.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun for me. Granted, I wasn't here at number one, but I came in somewhere at the midway point, and it's been fun for me.
So what do you got for us, Sean?
Okay, so today, so I had one of my friends, her husband gave me a call last night, and I just wanted to just touch bases with everybody about mental health. Um, it's a huge thing, and we have like a lot more light when it comes down to mental health. It could different things can cause it, like early trauma, um, experiences with chronic illnesses, chemical imbalances, feelings of isolation and loneliness, and like addiction can also add to it. In the United States, like 1 in every 5 Americans deal with mental health,
Wow.
and pretty much the ages between 18 to 44 become hospitalized. So if you guys are feeling down, if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling like you need something, don't be afraid to say something.
Right. Yeah.
I get how, anybody can feel like they can be a burden, or, they just don't want to be bothered. I understand, but talk to somebody.
Absolutely. I'm Sean. I received a text just this morning from a friend of mine saying that a friend of his son committed suicide yesterday. And, our thoughts and prayers go out to individuals because so many people are dealing with traumas and things that they don't know how to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And so their solution is just to end their life. And yeah, I think it's a real issue that needs a lot of attention.
And I
Yes.
can't quote the thing exactly, but I read a big article the other day about CTE and about this guy who played in the NFL, of course, and they had found out, he died. They found his body on the side of the freeway, and and so they went in and did his brain afterwards, and found out he had CTE. He had a lot of brain damage. I know that Gene Sullivan and her team, her family, are very much into CTE.
Right.
I clipped that article out to send it to Gene. So we just wish everybody well. And when people have mental illness, we don't know what the cause of it is
Right.
Mm-hmm.
at that time. And so we just wish them well.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Um, I got one for you guys. Mike Loxley, Loxley.
Mm-hmm.
He's the coach of the Maryland Terrapins football team, college football team. He used to coach at Alabama. Mike said that they had a horrible year last year. And he said one of the big contributors to them having a bad year was NIL.
Mm-hmm.
He said when you have discrepancies on your team, because so-and-so is making this much money and so-and-so is making this much money, it causes dissension on your team. And he said
Right.
they had a lot of infighting on their team. And I remember Michael and I talking about this. I don't see how it can't cause dissension.
Right.
I can go back and just think about the guys I played with. And if I know that so-and-so was getting X number of dollars and then so-and-so was getting X number of dollars and you don't feel like he deserved
Right.
those dollars, it couldn't help but cause dissension.
Yeah.
I even think about Auburn last year, and I don't know who was getting what or what have you. I know we had a quarterback issue.
Mm-hmm.
And man, if he was the highest paid guy on the team, then I would have been pissed off.
Yeah. And you wonder if that is part of the problem, Tom, that, they talked about the offensive line didn't play very well. Maybe they felt like, hey, this guy's the prima donna. He doesn't deserve to be there. And hey, we're the ones that are here to protect him. And they're not paying us anything. And we're not getting that type of money. So maybe that does have something to do with how the team plays and how the,
We don't know that was Auburn's issue, but we
right.
know, there's no way it can't be an issue for some teams.
Yes.
And I don't think he was making excuses for his team having a bad year for criticism of him and the coaching staff. I think it's a legitimate thing.
I agree.
I can imagine, man, just some of the guys on our team, they have been, we all got the same amount, $15 a month. It's we couldn't complain.
Right.
But I would think, like, even though there may be like some discrepancies, but wouldn't it I would think it would kind of push you to play better. So maybe it'll get you in the limelight of maybe getting more dollars.
It could, but it also could cause you to have resentment.
Yes.
And, on every team at some point, there's maybe some favoritism.
Yeah.
There was some favoritism when it was only $15 a month. So if you're getting X number $1,000 and I'm getting $15 and you're not that good, I'm probably going to be upset.
Oh, yes.
So.
Rightly so.
Hopefully he'll work it out.
Well, when I played, we didn't get anything. So
me and Sean. That's right. All those years I played softball, I didn't get a dime.
Yeah, we didn't even get
not even the $15.
$15.
No. And that was for laundry money. That's so we could wash their clothes. But and there was a lot of things that made up for not getting paid, and
right.
Most of that surrounded getting an education.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting free books, man.
Right.
And we could go over there and get books like it was lunch.
Right.
Get the books you needed for your classes, and then I would get some extra books just because I love to read.
Yeah, and, I used to have some friends that were athletes that would get my books from me, so I appreciated those.
Well, we did that too.
Yes.
And then there was also the business of selling the books.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the young ladies to go and sell the books at the bookstore, right. Because they looked innocent. Yeah.
But I've always been one that agreed that athletes should get paid something, because as a full-time college student, I had a scholarship, but I was also had some free time that I could work and to make extra money. Athletes didn't have that type of liberty, because you had practice and meetings and watching film and traveling. So I definitely agree that athletes definitely should have been paid. The university's making all of that money. But I do think there needs to be some rules in place and how that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree. And I always thought the athletes should get paid something, but I thought it should be like the $15. It should come from the university.
From the university.
I don't know. I don't know how NIL works. I really don't. So I can't. I'm not criticizing.
Right.
But I think the money should come from the university. And everybody's playing for the university.
Right.
One thing I can say for sure is we played for Auburn.
Right.
That's who we played for, and that's who our parents came down and rooted for, and everything else. And there wasn't any, we weren't playing solely for ourselves to make money. We would have, but that wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case, right?
Right.
For us. So one more thing. We're in the second half of the year, starting the second half of the year. Is there anything that you look forward to, or anything that you guys can tell us we should avoid as we go through the second half of the year? As always, I look forward to the holidays, any holiday. It's time for celebration. It's time to get with family and friends. So I enjoy the major holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, of course, and Labor Day and anything in between. So that's in football season again. It's kind of boring right now. There's not really much sports out there, and so I watched the W. The WNBA is good. Yes. Yeah, yes. They played last night. Yes. And I'm just amazed Man, I tell you what, they do really, really well. They pass the ball really well, and man, the shooting is incredible.
Yeah, they're good.
I don't know. I heard they've been getting a bit aggressive out there.
They
I heard they're starting to play like the men a little bit. They're getting a little rambunctious.
They can't dunk. So that
Not
takes
even like the super tall ones.
all that out of it. So
Oh man.
I think they might be able to just dunk when they're out there by themselves, but
Right.
you don't want to go flying through there with 10, 12 other young ladies standing under the goal. So we come to the second half of the year, and we'll look forward to what's ahead. You guys got anything else?
I will say what to avoid is because summer is relatively slow. So when August kicks in, things tend to rev back up. Pace yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pace yourself because you can take on a lot more things very quickly. And I'm living proof because I'm trying to slow some stuff down.
Yes.
All right.
And Tom, the only other thing I want to mention is I offer prayers to the family of the three-year-old little boy, toddler, who was left in a hot car for over 5 hours here in the Birmingham area, and of course passed away. The child was in the care of DHR, and it was picked up at the daycare by a transporter company who was contracted with the state to take him for a visit with his dad. It's a 2-hour visit with the dad. The worker was supposed to take the child back to the daycare, but instead of going to the daycare, she left and went to get something to eat and got a call, she said, after she picked up her meal, and they told her that she didn't have any additional cases for the day. So instead of taking the child back to the daycare, she went home, stopped by a smoke shop first, and then went home, went in the house, ate dinner, and I don't know at what point, but again, it was 5 hours later before she even realized that the child had been left in the car. So, the worker has been fired from the company, of course, but I'm really surprised that they haven't filed any charges against her.
Will.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. Yes, they should.
That's horrible. I don't see how you do it. Of course, I know of a situation where a person left the child in the car and the child died. And he left the child in the car and went to work all day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't know how you do that. But
I don't either.
I don't know either.
Right.
Even when Kai was small, and I knew he was in the back seat.
Right.
Like I put my purse back there on purpose.
Right.
So I know to turn around and reach to grab all of my things. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I babysit kids before. I don't have any of my own, but even like I remember I was babysitting my great nephew who was 2 years old at the time, and I'd put him in the car in the garage, and I'd left something in the house. I was afraid to leave him in the car in the garage. For the 2 seconds I was coming back in the house, I took the time to get him out of his car seat, bring him back in the house with me. I just can't imagine anyone leaving a child in the car that long. And she left him in the car, she said, while she went in the restaurant to get her food, which was a mistake, first of all.
Right.
And when she came out, she just forgot that he was still there.
Damn. Well, I this probably is not a good comparison, but when I had my 2 dogs, man, they went everywhere with me in the car.
Right.
But I wouldn't leave them in the car when it was hot like it is now.
Right.
And I would put them on a leash and take them with me. Because they love to go. I open that door, they love to get in that car. And,
they want to ride too.
We lost Sam one day. We couldn't find him. And I looked all over. And the guy next door had a van and left the van door open. And Sam
got in it.
In the back seat, waiting to go. Waiting to go for a ride. That's my experience with leaving Something in the car. So let's go ahead and get our G-list guest on here so we have time for her. Hollywood has the A-list, and here on Tuesdays with Tom, we have the G-list. And our G-list guest today is Shauna Adams. Shauna is the founder of the Muse of Alabama Business Solutions and a certified AI consultant. She has over 25 years of experience as an international speaker and trainer. She specializes in demystifying artificial intelligence for entrepreneurs, small business owners, and community leaders. So let's bring Shauna on and see what she does. Good morning, Shauna. How are you this morning?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here, but I just have to say one thing really quick to start us off. It's the muse of AI.
Oh, okay. I said Alabama.
Yeah.
You know,
No, that's where I'm from, and I do claim, born and raised,
you're right.
sweet
You're
home
right.
Alabama, and War Eagle, all of those things.
Because before the show, we started talking about Alabama.
Yes,
So I guess I got Alabama on the brain because that's where I'm from. So,
yes.
so talk to us. Tell us about what AI.
So AI is artificial intelligence, and it is not what, we have been kind of conditioned to think of AI as something horrible like Terminator, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was our first introduction to what AI is. But actually, AI is more like Wally and Eve. These are programs, algorithms, tools, if you will, to help people do more, smarter, faster, more efficiently, so that you can get time back to do other things like scale your business, have more free time to go on those cruises you were talking about earlier, um, be able to not be so stressed so that you can address your mental health like Sean was talking about earlier. These tools allow you to be able to be.
Okay. All right. So, Barbara, Sean, I got questions?
I do. Shauna, thank you so much for joining us today. And, when it comes to AI, most people are just fearful of it. They're afraid. They don't even know where to start. So tell us, when you meet with a client, you say it's a small business owner, whatever, how do you even start addressing the issues with them, first of all? And do they contact you? You contact them? Tell us how the whole process works.
Well, I'll start with how we connect. And,
Okay.
it's both ways. I do speak, I do presentations and trainings. So that allows me to be out in the world and people find me. I do things like this so people find me. But also, I get out in the community, I get out and network. I belong to several business networking organizations. So, because I truly believe these tools are game changing and will be the 21st century literacy test, the ability to be able to use these tools well. Now, in terms of how I get started and how I help people to adapt these tools, first I say, we don't use an abacus anymore, right? We use a calculator. And quite frankly, we don't even use a calculator anymore. We use our phones.
Right.
These tools are just that, a natural evolution in the ability to have more tools to meet the moment that we're in. We now have the technology to have these tools. And by us getting out and learning how to use them and use them well, we then prevent having the Terminator, because we are all involved in the process, not just one or two groups of people who may or may not have the best of intentions, but a collective that is able to put those guardrails to help these programs learn about diversity, and then be what we need it to be to grow or just be.
Okay. Thank you.
John?
Yeah, well, I have a question. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm excited to have this conversation with you. So I'll start by saying I love the name, the Muse of AI. Please tell me what that means and how did you come up with that?
So I'll tell you real quick how I got into AI, and that's how I got to the Muse of AI. So I was taking what was a seminar advertised as a marketing seminar. And that actually, when we got into it, it was how to use AI for marketing. And so then I took another class. That one taught us about how to write letters. And so I wrote a letter to Verizon because I thought I was supposed to be getting these credits on my bill for upgrading my phone. Emphasis on the word thought. Because I did the upgrade wrong, but I didn't know that at the time. So I used AI to write a letter because I'd been with them for years and asking them, where is my credit? Now, I had called them 3 different times before and they said they were going to escalate it, but I never heard from a supervisor. Nobody ever called me back. So I sent this letter. Within a few minutes, I get a response. Please click on this link. So I did the upgrade wrong. But if I had done it properly, I would have gotten $582 over the course of 24 months. But the power of that letter was so strong, they gave me a one-time credit of $847, the value of my phone. Now, this is me sitting on my couch in a little town in North Florida that we don't even have a traffic light. We are so small. But me and these tools and my laptop on my couch beat a multinational billion-dollar company. Because who gives you more than you're supposed to get when you're wrong?
Right.
Right.
Amazing.
And I knew then that these tools were going to be game-changing, particularly for women and people of color who are typically left out of technology and innovation. And I was so inspired by what happened and the possibilities to help that I found my muse. And then I wanted to be other people's muse and inspire them as I have been inspired to now have 2 businesses and help people and see how it changes children, because I help parents be able to work with their child better, to help them and support them in their schoolwork, how to talk to their kids and meet them where they are, how to budget, how to save money by using the leftovers in your refrigerator, but using AI to create recipes that you can use your leftovers and create 5 meals, or give me 5 recipes with these ingredients that I can cook in 30 minutes in a Mediterranean style. And now you're saving money because you're not throwing off those leftovers. You're using them in a creative way. So that's, you see, I tell people I'm like Captain America. I can do this all day. I truly, truly love what I do and the possibilities that it offers.
So Shauna, what are some of these AI tools? I've heard about Chat GPT, GPT, whatever. But what are some of the other tools? And I don't even really know how to use that. So, I think that's basic. But tell me, how do you, again, where do you get started? How do you start?
So ChatGPT is a wonderful place to start. I call ChatGPT Chatty because she is my girl. She has done so much for me. Plus, along those same, lines with Hollywood, I do believe Hollywood gives us a blueprint. And I don't know if you remember the movie I, Robot, but that AI saved humanity because his creator was kind to him. So I'm always kind just in case.
Yeah, you never know.
But ChatGPT is a wonderful place to start. It really is, at this point, the best platform out on the market for 95% of your AI needs. Now, that other 5%, I would say the other tool you should have in your back pocket is Perplexity. And I like to call Perplexity ChatGPT's nerdier twin. So whereas with ChatGPT, it is trained on trillions of bits of data, from what you would find in the Library of Congress to TMZ. Whereas and so when you ask it a question, it's going to search from all its vast knowledge to give you the best answer or output possible. Now, Perplexity is its nerdier twin. So when it does its search, it really stays more with that Library of Congress type or Dewey Decimal System. You remember those?
Yes.
Oh
Taking me back now.
That type of research. And when you get your output with Perplexity, it gives you the sources right across the top. So I use Perplexity a lot with my nonprofits when I'm helping them write and apply for grants, when I work with attorneys, when I work with medical professionals, because I know Chatty is amazing, but again, we're saving time. So I do Perplexity first when I'm doing those types of queries, deep research. I have a couple of college professors that are clients, and that's the platform that they use to do a lot of their classwork. So those two are the platforms. If you use those, you're ahead of the game. I would also say learning prompt engineering, because the key to making these tools do what you want them to do is understanding the theory behind creating the prompt, which is the instructions you're giving it to do a thing. So and why I also think prompt engineering is so vital is because AI is writing AI. Now, I just told you about Perplexity, but actually ChatGPT just launched a new feature a couple of days ago that I'm digging into, that really kind of competes with just what I said about how it searches that place, those specific places, and gives you those sources. So AI is writing AI, and it is changing at that speed, which is where I come in for my clients, be it if they are individuals or leaders or teams in small or medium-sized businesses, is I do this every day. And so I keep up with what it is that you need at the time when you're ready. And then I stay in touch. So as things evolve, you are aware and can make those shifts. But prompt engineering transcends all of those changes, because knowing how to tell it what to do doesn't matter what platform it is. You need to know how to tell the platform what to do. So that skill is like the addition and subtraction. Once you know how to add and subtract, you can figure out how to multiply and divide, right?
Right.
So,
Okay.
All right.
Other questions?
So my question is, so excuse me, I also use ChatGPT a lot, and now I have like two other little things under my little bucket now, thanks to you. So I know a lot of complaints that I see is that sometimes ChatGPT is wrong.
Mhm.
How do you work with your clients to ensure that they have accurate information when dealing with AI?
So, first of all, ask it, is it right? Is this correct? Is this true? And it will tell you.
Wow.
Um, Knowing and using multiple platforms, I mentioned when I was talking that I'll do Perplexity first. Well,
Mm.
because these things just take seconds, I copy and paste that prompt and put it in ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm comparing, right? So that's
Mhm.
another fail safe.
Mm-hmm.
And also the prompt, because I like to give this analogy. When you are asking these platforms, these large language models, which is what they're called, a question, it is like you are shining a flashlight in the ocean. It has such a vast wealth of knowledge. Unless you can shine a laser, which
Mhm.
is a very good prompt, then you leave it open to making mistakes or filling in those gaps because it didn't have enough information. And that's where you get mistakes. Another way to think about it is remember Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
And they were creating those dinosaurs, but they were missing pieces of the DNA, so they plugged stuff in, and well, we know how that
Right.
ended. Um, that's another way to think about it's putting these pieces together. So when you have a good prompt, you reduce that and then ask it, is this correct? Check this again. And then put it also in a different large language model because it just took you seconds. So why not?
So,
Thank you.
so Shauna, where does AI come from? I mean, it's like, it didn't exist and all of a sudden it's here and everybody's using it. So how did it get started? Who's the father or the inventor of AI?
Well, it actually has been around for a while. What is new is this accessibility
Mm,
for the average person.
okay.
Most of these platforms are free,
Hmm.
uh, and at most they have a charge of $20 a month for the
Okay.
paid version. So there is this access that we haven't seen before. But there are pieces of AI, or there, let me say it like this. So if you think of AI as a brain, there's these two sides to it. One side is called machine learning, and that's the ability to process large amounts of data quickly and then come up with something new. An example of that is Netflix.
Mm,
You tell Netflix you like something, you really like something, or you don't like something. It takes that data and
yes.
then pairs it with its vast library
Right.
and then gives you suggestions,
Right.
right? So that's one piece of the puzzle. The other piece is called natural language processing. And that's the ability for you to talk to or type to a program in your language. It executes a computational process in its language and then gives you the output back in your language. An example of that is Alexa. You
Hmm.
ask it, what's the weather?
Right.
And then it tells you the weather, right? But
Right.
in the background, it had to do a process.
Right.
And so those two pieces together are what AI is: large amounts of data that can be processed and give you something new by you asking it in your natural language, and then it's able to give you that output in the same.
Wow. Makes sense. So if individuals are interested in hiring you as a consultant or have you come speak, how would they contact you?
So my website is www.themuseofai.com. You can also find me on social media. I am that on all platforms: LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And through my website, there is a contact me button, and you can reach me all those ways. I'm happy to, because again, I genuinely believe this is a game changer for everybody. And I've really made it my mission to be a part of that change.
Yes. It's definitely a game changer for me. I'm like I said, I'm just dabbling in it now, and I actually typed in my name to tell me about me, Barbara Wallace Edwards,
Mm-hmm.
and all the stuff got. And I'm like, how does it know? Where is this information coming from? And some of it was incorrect, but most of it was correct. So I was really shocked.
Because you have you have a vibrant social media presence. Mm-hmm. I envy your social media game. And so there's that content out there, and it's able to do it. So I would say go back and say, act as a publicist and search the web for Barbara Wallace Edwards from Alabama, associated with Auburn University, and tell me about her, right? Okay. So that's a little bit more in-depth prompt, and we're making it from a flashlight to a laser.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you.
It's interesting to me because I don't know anything about it.
It's fun, Tom. You really just, I was playing with Chat. I still get it wrong. GPT.
Oh, just say Chatty.
Chatty. I love that. Yes. I was playing with Chatty, and so I just started typing in
put
things.
Chatty
in your search.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I just started playing around with it, and I was just amazed at some of the information that it brought back, and I thought, wow, how does it know all of this information? It's truly amazing. Great.
Wow.
And I think my favorite part about it is because I like I said, I use it often. So if I tell it to tell me something about myself, it pretty much compiles all of my language that I've used from all of my prompts, and it tells me about me, and like even kind of gives a little more than what I've shared. And I'm like, well, look at you being in my business like this.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. I wanted to talk to me. Okay, anybody got anything else? Sean, we went right past. Got a minute, didn't we?
Oh, you did. You did. It's okay though. I know we were excited to talk about
anybody got anything else here? Okay, Shauna, thank you so much. That was wonderful.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm going to start putting this stuff in my computer and see what I can come up with. See what it tells me about Thomas Gaussman.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you, Shauna.
Thank you so much, Shauna. On, you got a minute?
I do. Now. Good morning to everyone joining in with us. My name is Shantia Jones, and this is Got a Minute. It's our 250th show, and I can't believe we made it this far. Granted, I wasn't here from day one, but you all welcomed me with open arms. This show has been about sharing real stories, useful information, a good laugh, and a whole lot of love and appreciation. And today is no different. To every guest who shared their truth, to every listener who turned in during a commute, a walk, or folding laundry, thank you. You've helped make this space powerful, joyful, and honest. We've cried together, cracked up together, and we've grown. And we're just getting started. So here's to 250 more, full of stories worth telling, laughs worth sharing, and community worth celebrating. Let's keep going. Thank you all for joining in. My name is Shantia Jones, and this has got a minute.
So let me close out here and just say a couple of things about 250 is we have a great team, and you can see today Sean stepped in place of Michael, and Barbara picked up the slack, and then Shauna Adams was great. The Muse was great. The Muse of AI, not the Muse of Alabama, the Muse of AI. I got it. And we look forward to that. So my closing comment for today, or as I see it, National Purple Heart Day is upcoming. It's a day of celebration. It's observed annually on August the 7th, next week, to honor U.S. service members who have been wounded or killed in action. It is a day to remember and show gratitude for their sacrifices in defending the nation. The day was first observed on August 7th, 2014. The Purple Heart is America's oldest military medal, originally created as, quote, the badge of military merit, unquote, by George Washington in 1782. It was revived in 1932 and made retroactive to World War I, and eventually expanded to include all branches of the military and some civilians. The day is a time of reflection on the bravery and dedication of Purple Heart recipients, and a reminder to support veterans and their families. My final comment today is we want to send out a word of prayer for the people who were killed yesterday in New York City with the gunman walking in and just spraying bullets everywhere. And if you saw the photo of the man walking in with the gun in his hand, the rifle, the AR, whatever it was just incredible that this man just walked into this building and started shooting people. That's tough. Anyway, that's our show for today. We want to let me go back and say that we wish Michael well. Michael Walker, we want you to get well so you can be back with us. Michael's a heck of a teammate, and he's been one for the 250 shows. We want to thank you guys for the 250 shows that you've given us over the years. Thank the team, Barbara, Michael, Joyce, Sean, the other Barbara, for all that you've contributed to TWT, and we appreciate you. So we thank the audience. We thank our sponsor, Best Girl Inc. We thanks again to the TWT team, which I just did. And that's it for this July 29th in the year 2025. Remember, a day without a smile is a day wasted. Enjoy yourself. Make every day count. Stay safe. Peace.